I think we're in a purgatory state where everything's gonna be absolutely fucking worthless in society for a couple months with the state of the politicians. It's your boy Little Bleach back in this bitch, and today we're gonna be talking about our boys in Ohio. And by our boys in Ohio, I mean the mayor in Ohio that says that ice fishing at a public park could lead to prostitution. Now, me personally, I went fishing one time, and my ex from Ohio turned into a whore. It happens. You take a bitch ice fishing, next thing you know, she's sucking off the homies. It's a sad world we live in, but you can't take these bitches ice fishing. Future told me this in a song. Now let's read this. Now this is from Outdoor Life. Now they hit it off with a banger with this one. They said, "Give a man a fish, feed him for a day, but let a man go ice fishing in a public park, and the place will soon be crawling with prostitutes." Now, me personally, if I can go fishing and get prostitutes, this sounds like the most interesting thing that's ever happened in Ohio. I'll tell you what, you know, nothing good has come out of Ohio in my life personally, but ice fishing and prostitution, that seems pretty amazing, to be honest. That would actually make me look at Ohio as a better place to live. Just saying. Okay, Mayor Craig Sherbert. Okay, his name is Sherbert, or it's Schubert, of Hudson, Ohio, does not want people ice fishing at the Hudson Springs Park. During a city council meeting earlier this week, the mayor voiced his outlandish concern that allowing people to set up ice fishing shanties at the public park could potentially lead to prostitution. Listen, he's on something. You put up a couple, mini ramps and shit, and next thing you know, there's ramp tramps. And, and next thing you know, Little Bleach is getting sucked off by the 6 footer. It happens. Bitch sees you do a kick flip, and next thing you know, the ramp tramp's blowing you. It's just kind of how shit's set up, you know what I'm saying? Now, if this is up to ice fishing, which while on the surface it sounds good, then what happens next year? I guess people go fucking ice fishing again next year. How about that? Okay, crazy idea, huh? Somebody come back and say, "I want an ice shanty in the Hudson Springs for X amount of time." Sherbert asked the city council, "If you allow them ice fishing with the shanties, then leads to another problem, prostitution. And now you have the police chief of the police department involved. Just some data points to consider." Yeah, when I think of ice fishing, I'm not thinking about somebody falling in and freezing to death. I am thinking about, potential prostitution on the ice. I mean, a whole lot of sucking and sliding when it comes to prostitution on ice. I understand. Okay, a whole lot of sucking and sliding with prostitution on ice, and it's not a good look. I'll be sure to say that. Okay, it just ain't. In a video, Sherbert's comment, which was shared widely on social media, as it should. We'll have to find this video if I can. His strange suggestion generated a prolonged, awkward silence in the room. City Councilor Chris Bang then tried his best to brush off the comment, saying, "That's why I'm not in favor of shanties." Nervous laughter and more awkward silence follows. Should we play this? I just don't want to get copyright claimed. Like, if I get copyright claimed, I'd rather post the video in the beginning, and then we can just throw it on here. You know what I'm saying? So, probably this clip got played in the beginning of this video, because I don't feel like going back and editing it. I'm just going to be 100. I got shit to do, and by shit to do, I got ice fishing and prostitutes to hook up with. Now, this mayor made the comment during a discussion about safety and liability issues surrounding ice fishing at a park. In the public park. These are the few risks involved in the popular winter pastime. But these typically involve people falling through the ice or inhaling too much carbon monoxide. That's some real shit. Y'all don't think about that, but you can get monoxide poisoning. Now, me personally, I've thought about actually taking the carbon monoxide poisoning way out. Like, I've thought about it a couple times. I think I'm actually going to take a bunch of cherry stems or cherry seeds, crush them bitches up, and then just mix it in with the tea or some coffee and call it a day. But you know, you want to have a nice open casket funeral, carbon monoxide poisoning is the way to go. It's a simple, easy one. Now, most ice fishermen will tell you that they are mostly looking for crappies and maybe a cold beer too while they're hanging out at the shanties. You know, some shotties and some shanties. Your boy going ice fishing, okay? Now, Sherbert's office did not immediately respond to requests for comment, so it's unclear what data points he's referring to. The mayor did, however, release a statement explaining his concerns to Fox News at 8 in the Cleveland on February. Anything else? My comment about ice fishing, the permitting of shanties on lakes and prostitution stems from my experience as a former television news reporter covering law enforcement agencies, which have made arrests for the acts of prostitutes in ice fishing shanties. Like, where did my boy go? Was he in fucking Alaska? Like, yo, was Epstein's Island in Antarctica? Like, I got questions right now. I mean, bro, if I gotta go to an igloo to get some top, I might. I'll go to an igloo and get some top. I'm not against it by any means. If I gotta go to an igloo to get some top, I'm going. Reporters with Fox 8 then fact-checked these claims and asked multiple law enforcement officials in the state if they have ever dealt with a situation involving acts of prostitution and fishing shanties. Officials in Ottawa, Erie, Ashtabula, and Calhoun counties all responded that they've never received any calls or reports from any about that type of crime, and they've never heard of something such taking place during their time in law enforcement. Okay, is that all there is to know about? Jesus, man, this man, I swear to God, nothing good comes out of Ohio, bro. Can't even get some slop top and go ice fishing. It's fucking pointless. Now, I think there's like millions of things we can worry more about from the ice. I would be more worried about, you know, the Loch Ness Monster, you know, coming out of the ice, slapping your shit up, a Lapras attacking you, freezing to death, getting fucking, what is that shit where, your limbs go fucking black and they falls apart? That's a real problem. 6, I don't know. But there's a lot more problems on the ice, okay? But I sure as hell don't think prostitution is gonna be linked to ice fishing. The correlation just isn't there for me. Now, with that in mind, I'm gonna work on getting an ice shanty set up in the backyard, and I'm gonna go look for some hookers. If y'all need a job, I got an ice shanty in the back, and you know we gonna put you to work. You dip your toes in the water of prostitution. That's what happens when you start ice fishing. But yo, shout out J-List, shout out Play Asia, and shout out to the plug that's supplying the dank in Ohio, because that shit's got y'all losing y'all's fucking minds. Now, as of always, go ahead and sign up to Robinhood too. And yeah, let me go ahead and cloud up real quick. But yeah, I can't believe this is real. But yo, prostitution and fishing, baby. Wanna go ice fishing with some whores? I know I do.